What up, family? I'm Run JLC. This is Project 345, Episode 6. Welcome. Hey, we talking about the Hansons Marathon Method today. But before we get there, I gotta let y'all know what I was on last week. All right, so I ended up with 48 miles total again this week. Basically, you could say week 5 was like a maintenance week for me. Last week in week 4, I hit a new peak at 48 miles. And this week is basically getting my legs used to this new foundation of about 48 to 50 miles before we start going up into that higher mileage. All right, fam, let's get to these workouts. Track Tuesday, 4 by 1200 meter repeats with 400 meter recovery between. I wanted to stay between 720, 725. The average ended up being 716. That's only because on that 4th rep, I ended up running like 704. I felt fast, it felt good, and I didn't want to really slow myself down, so that brought my average down to about 716. I probably would have been about 720, 722, something like that. So I ain't mad at that one. Tempo Thursday now. I'm still on my 8-mile tempo. The average pace on that being 8:32. I'm right where I need to be. Remember, 8:35 is the goal for me. I try to hit my ranges between 8:30, 8:35 on a tempo just so I can start catching the feel for that. 8:32, right where I need to be. Felt real good on Thursday. All right, the good old Sunday long run. My mileage was 10 miles this week. I completed that at an average of 10:03 per mile. I didn't bring any water. I didn't bring any gel again. But don't judge me. I already know. All right. But I did have an endurance fuel from Tailwind Nutrition. Definitely be looking for a review over Tailwind Nutrition at some point. But all in all, the long run went well. I felt strong. The cumulative fatigue wasn't too bad for me. It was a drop down from 15 last week, so it was right where I needed it to be for a long run before we start getting into this higher mileage. So normally at this point, I will give you my mental and physical response to training this week. We just gonna leave that to my take on the Hansons Marathon training plan for me altogether. Let's go ahead and see what this upcoming week has for me. All right, we hitting the big boy miles. I'm getting at 54 miles this week, which would be my first time at and surpassing 50 miles in a week of training. As far as my workouts, on Tuesday, I got mile repeats, got 6 of them boys. Thursday, we got our tempo Thursday. It's my last week with the 8 miles before we bump that up to 9 miles in week 7. And then my long run was going to be the big 16, of course, with the Hansons Marathon Method, which I'll talk about again. That's my peak long run mileage. So it's a big week for me right now, and I'm mentally getting myself ready for it. All right, the good old Hansons Marathon Method. So what's my take so far? Hold that thought real quick before I get there. I just want to break down what their training philosophy is for those that may not have seen the second episode, which I broke this down. I'm gonna break it down for you right now. Their foundation is based on cumulative fatigue. Cumulative fatigue is basically the days, all the weeks, all the months of consistent training on very minimal rest between runs, building up fatigue in your legs, teaching you how to run on tired legs. Now, another principle that they are definitely known for is the long run mileage. So most traditional marathon plans will have 20, 22, even up to 24-mile long runs baked into their plan. This one, with me, only top out at 16. Why is that? Because they believe that the long run should only be about 25 to 30% of your total mileage, whereas most plans will have your long run, say you topping out at like 40 miles in a week, but you got a 20-mile long run, that's 50% of your total mileage is just in the long run. So on top of the cumulative fatigue, when I'm running the 16-mile long run, I'm not coming in on fresh legs, I'm coming in on tired legs. So I'm basically teaching myself how to run the last 16 miles rather than the first 16 miles. And real quick before I move forward again, I'm talking about this being a week 5 review for me. This is really week 11 if you in the book. Now, I started off at week 6 in the plan just because I did my own build up into the meat and potatoes of the marathon training plan. I'm doing the beginner plan as well too. There's a just finished, there's a beginner, and then there's an advanced plan. I'm doing the beginner. So my week 5 is really week 11. I just wanted to clarify that for you. All right, so what is cumulative fatigue looking like for your boy right now? 5 weeks of training, 6 days a week, 219 miles accumulated, and only 5 days of rest. So go ahead and math that. That's 30 days of work on only 5 days of rest, accumulating 219 miles. Your boy is tired, boss. I's tired. So what is my physical and mental response to training thus far? To be honest with you, I'm tired, but so far so good. No injuries, fingers crossed on that. Now I have talked about my back and my leg, I'm still dealing with that, but remember that was before I started training. That has nothing to do with the actual training. My body is absorbing the miles that have been put on the schedule for me, and I feel like I'm adapting to it. A lot of my runs are starting to feel a little bit easier for my speed runs, my tempo runs. I'm finally starting to feel like I'm starting to lock in on that pace. I'm just not totally beat up. I'm tired, but I'm not run down and I'm not overtrained, which is a great thing. So moving forward, this week is going to be a telling week for me because I'm hitting pretty much the threshold of peak mileage, and I'm hitting my peak long run this week as well too. So it's going to tell me a lot as far as how I'm going to move forward within this program. Now, up to this point, do I feel like I chose the right training program for me? Yes. Do I recommend this for everyone? No. Now, this is not a full review. I'm only 5 weeks in, okay? This is not a full review. I plan on, when I hit my taper weeks, to go back on this again and give y'all another review from where I am leading into the marathon with just a couple weeks left to go in this training plan. Now, this is very aggressive. You heard me at the beginning. I train 6 days out the week. If you don't have the time to put in 6 days worth of training, if you don't have the flexibility to either get your ass up early in the morning or create time later on in the evening to get your runs in, this plan is going to be very hard to execute, right? Mentally, you got to grind. You know what I'm saying? You got to grind. Now, I will say, what's keeping me in this is my recovery days and my easy days. I'm taking it very easy. This is not the plan where you got to run everything hard. You're not going to make it. You're going to run yourself into the ground. I take my recovery days very serious. I take my easy days very serious. I probably run easier than what they really want me to run, but that's what's getting me to the next track Tuesday. That's what's getting me to the next tempo Thursday. That's what's getting me somewhat fresh for the long run. It's a grueling grind, this Hansons Marathon Method, but I believe in the grind. And I believe I have what it takes to see this thing all the way through the end. So this is just 5 weeks in. This is my take on it. I think I chose the right plan for me. I'm not recommending it for everyone, but I'm gonna hit y'all back in like another 5 weeks and we gonna circle back around on that if I really recommend this for everybody, because I might change my mind that time. All right, so that's it for this week. If it's your first time touching down, I appreciate y'all stopping through. I encourage you to also check out the first 5 videos in this episode series. And if y'all like what y'all see, hit your boy off with an encouraging comment down there. Like the video, share the video. And if you want to hear more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. To everybody that's out there getting a grind on for these fall marathons, half marathons, and 5Ks, pavement blessings out for y'all. Stay healthy, stay productive, stay strong, be encouraged. This is your boy Run JLC. This is my son Josiah, and we out. Peace.